feel it would be a little unkind to present this game without just a word, a friendly warning. You're about to unfold one of the strangest tales ever told. We think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we warn you. Hi, I'm Brandon, and this is my dad Kevin, and welcome to Brandon's Game Shelf.
Welcome to the shelf.
Yeah!
I hope everyone's doing well because we're in October.
Yes, we are.
We're getting close to
Halloween!
And Halloween means candy. Actually, for us, it means board games, right? And this guy, being a fan of gothic horror, of course, this game would be the perfect one to play. And the game we're talking about is what?
Horrified!
And Horrified's from Ravensburger Games, and it's based on... Why don't you tell them about it? It's based on what?
It's based on, like, Universal horror movies.
Right, the Universal Studios monster films from what, the 30s?
30s, 40s, and 50s.
And 50s. And this guy right here is a huge fan of old black and white movies. Which one's your favorite of the old monster movies?
Well, The Bride of Frankenstein.
The Bride of Frankenstein's his favorite. And give us one other one that you really like a lot.
The Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man. So he really loves these old films and got into them, I don't know, probably 10 years ago.
It was
maybe
something
almost.
like that.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Because I was like a sophomore when that happened, and I was reading the book Dracula, and I went to this guy, and I said, hey, is there like a movie about this? And there was. And when I figured out that there was a game about this, I was like in shock.
Yeah, we got the game for him, and he had no idea, actually, that the game even existed. So this was the perfect pairing, a guy who loves playing tabletop games and Universal Studio monsters. So in Horrified, you are playing a cooperative game. It's for 1 to 5 players, a co-op game where you're trying to defeat these monsters that have kind of overrun your town, okay? And so you take on the role, along with other people around the table, of heroes, and you each get one of these hero cards, and the heroes go around and perform actions. So depending on which hero you are, you have certain number of actions that you can perform, and maybe a special action that you get to do. And what you're doing going around the board is you are trying to find a certain number of these item tokens, and these are placed at locations all throughout the board. And you're going to go around and pick these up and collect them to meet objectives that each one of the monsters on these monster player mats has different types of objectives that you need to do to be able to defeat the monsters. So you're having to kind of manage these resources, making sure that you don't spend too many, because one of the things that happens in the game also is that when the monsters attack you and you're rolling dice to see the outcome, is that you have to forfeit these tokens sometimes. Yeah. To kind of ward off these monsters coming after you. Right?
Yeah.
And I usually have the worst rolls. You remember that one game we played? It was like, the worst rolls. So you use the tokens to defeat the monsters, but you also use them to kind of defend yourselves in the game. And so that's basically the overview of the game. You're collecting items, you're defeating monsters, and you're working together to kind of manage your resources throughout the game. So a really cool thing in the game, because it's Universal Monster themed, is the fact that they have these really cool miniatures.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they all like look so lifelike in the films. I mean, like my favorite ones they had was like the monster of Frankenstein here, and definitely the Bride of Frankenstein. I was really surprised how well they did the creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, that was incredible. Also the Wolfman, Dracula, Invisible Man, and the Mummy.
Right. And these are probably ones that people could paint, I guess, if they like painting miniatures.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, we don't do painting of miniatures, and I think it's cool that they did different color coding on all the miniatures so that you don't kind of get confused at what you're looking at on the board. The other thing that's kind of cool in the game is they have these villager markers that are set throughout the game that they kind of appear every once in a while. And it's neat because the villagers are actually themed after actual characters in the movie.
Yes.
So for folks like us that really know these movies, it's fun to see the names of, you know, this little girl Maria from the Frankenstein movies, or Fritz.
Oh, Frankenstein.
He's also from Frankenstein, right? We have the character Lucy from Dracula.
Yeah, that's right.
And one of our favorites are the characters Wilbur and Chick, who in the films were played by the comedy duo Abbott and Costello. And what was the movie that they were in?
It was Abbott Costello meet Frankenstein.
Meet Frankenstein. So I think that's kind of a cool thing. And with the villagers in the game, you are trying to protect the villagers and help them get to their safe location on the board. And when you do, you get some extra bonuses to help you fight off these monsters. Unfortunately, if the monster attacks the villagers, you start losing lives in the game, and like time's ticking down to where the game will eventually beat you. You'll be overrun by all these monsters. So it's really kind of a cool thing to have that thematically in the game as well. So with Halloween coming up, what do you think? I think this is a great game. You and I have enjoyed playing it. Oh, yes. But how do you think folks just, generally will like it as a family game?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because I know they say it's like a family game, and I totally think that's correct. I mean, I just like the aspect of communicating with people, trying and to help each other out to find the possible move to play.
Right, that co-op aspect.
Yeah, the co-op aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else? Anything else that really strikes you with the game?
I mean, once again, like the miniatures are just obviously just amazing.
It's so much fun when you have miniatures in the game. It's like that toy aspect.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that makes it kind of fun. I think the artwork looks cool. The board.
Oh yeah.
I think the quality of the materials are really good. The components that they put in the game, it's really, really terrific. It plays well with two, and the game has a lot of replayability, I think, because you can scale it up or down with the number of players and also with the number of monsters. So the more monsters that you have in the game, the harder it gets, and we have experienced that many times. But still, we've had so many nail biters trying to finish and win the game.
Yeah.
It's been really, really great fun. So we really enjoy this game and think that you would have a lot of fun with it too.
Once again, thank you guys for listening to us, and see you guys next time on Brandon's Game Shelf.
See you next time.